Yo, what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing today? It's good to see everybody here. Some of you, I know you'll be watching this right now. Some of you will be watching later, but it's all fine. First of all, I just want to apologize for not being here on time. We're having a little bit of technical issues, so it had to take a long time for us to finally be here. But I'm really excited for this session today. I'm so pumped, and I cannot wait to just welcome my friend here and to share a little bit about the topic. We have been wanting to have this conversation for a very long time. If you guys remember, we had this conversation in the past during our live stream, and we just wanted to find someone who is an expert at this area so that we may get to know more of these issues, everything about trauma and PTSD. And finally, I shared some of the posts on my social media, and this person right here, soon you'll get to know who is this person. She reached out to me, and she's willing to do this, and I was so excited for that. And finally, we're bringing this show to you. But before I begin, I'm just gonna pray a little quick, because that's what we do all the time, putting God at the center, and then my friend will be here to share with us what is in her heart. God, I thank you for today. I thank you for this session. I thank you for everybody who is joining here right now, those who will join us later, those who will watch this video later as well. What we're talking about today is very important in our communities, in our houses, and our societies. Some of us, we don't know what's going on, but through this conversation, it will help us to figure out what is that next step to take. I thank you. I give you praise. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Yeah, so if you're joining me right now, let me do this. Please let me know where you're watching from. Also, you can copy this link and share with somebody out there, because this conversation we're going to have today, it is very, very, very important. It's important for me. It's important for you. It's important for everybody, whether you know it or not. If you don't know, then that's the reason why you should be here. And if you know it, maybe that's the reason you should be here to contribute what you know. You know what I'm saying? So without wasting time, I'm just gonna, put in my friend here. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm doing great. It's good to see you today.
Good to
By
see
the
you
way, where
too.
are you joining from?
Zambia,
Yeah,
from
because you
Lusaka,
travel
Zambia.
all the time.
Pardon me?
I say you travel all the time. I was checking up your Instagram. It seems like you're everywhere all
No,
the time.
no, but currently I'm in Zambia. I'm home. I'm in Zambia. I'm not on the globe.
Right? Okay. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, where are you from? Of course, you're in Zambia right now, but if there's
Mhm.
any important things that we have to know as your introduction, you can let us
Okay.
know. Mm.
So, my name is Belian Tere. I'm
Mhm.
currently in Zambia, and yeah, that's basically it. And I'm here to share my little 2 cents on trauma and PTSD.
Mm. That's beautiful. I have somebody else here on the line. Is this you as well?
Where?
I have like Manelo Musa. Is this you?
Oh, that's my friend.
Okay, okay, okay.
He's
Then
eager
that's good.
to
Then
watch me.
yeah, okay, okay. That's beautiful. So well, guys, as I mentioned before in the introduction, that Belia, she actually reached out to me after I posted something on Instagram that hey, I need to talk to somebody about trauma and PTSD, and Belia reached out to me. First of all, I want to appreciate you for reaching out and for being willingly to come here and to share, what you know about this. I appreciate.
Mhm.
I know you're a busy person. You travel all the time. You work all the time. But I appreciate for setting time aside. Thank you.
Mike, you're making it seem like I'm always traveling. No.
Guys, if you wanna know about this, just go and check out her Instagram. She's always somewhere. You're having a lot of fun. I should learn how to do
Clearly. I'm living my best life.
that. Well, by the way, you're a doctor, right?
Almost. In 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Officially, in 2 weeks.
What what does it mean officially in 2 weeks? Right now, you're
In
not.
2 weeks. Because everything comes to an end. Oh my God. I need to charge this. Yeah. Okay, it's
Oh
fine.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to lose you again, guys. We had a lot of, you know, what challenges.
Technical problems.
Exactly.
Wait, let me just connect it.
We're
you.
supposed to start at 7:30 today, but it came all the way to now. So I want to apologize. Also, I texted my brother Biggie. I know my brother Biggie. He has his own session at African time. So I kindly asked him that, hey brother, can I have 30 minutes more just to do this? Because we didn't expect to start right now. The session was supposed to start from 7:30 East African time, but due to different complications, we had to, to move forward a little bit.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries. So you're good. You're ready now.
Yes, I am.
All right. You look good, by the way. Let me jump right away to the to the
Thank
question,
you.
the questions that we have today. So the first question, the first thing that people has to know, talk briefly about trauma. What is trauma? Because some of us, we might not understand what is trauma. So we want to know, what is trauma? What do you understand about trauma?
This is something everyone seems to be using flippantly. I'm traumatized, I'm traumatized, I'm traumatized. But
Yeah.
probably they don't even know the exact meaning of trauma. So it's simply a response to a traumatic event that had happened in somebody's past, or an episode in their life that occurred and it was unpleasant to them. So this is a response that happens as a result of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just the definition of trauma.
Trauma. All right. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Then what are the importance of identify or addressing traumas at different levels of life?
Okay. Come again?
Like, what are the importance of addressing these kind of traumas? I think this question comes from the reality that we are talking about this issue today, because it's something that most of us might be struggling with without knowing. For example, when you look at Africa is a continent that have been traumatized for a long time. Like,
That's
so many
true.
countries in Africa having wars every single day, having, like, you can talk about things that happen in Africa, to the point where people, they label Africa as a unsafe place, right? Or a
That's
place
true.
where terrorism is, or all those stuff. So all these things, I think a lot of people are being traumatized even without knowing sometimes. So that's why
Yeah.
that's where I'm coming from this question. Like, what are the importance of identifying or addressing traumas at different stages in life? That is, like, both individually and also in a community level.
So basically, it's important to address trauma in an early stage so that it does not progress into a condition that we call PTSD, which is basically post-traumatic stress disorder. So once
Oh,
you identify what traumatizes you, what triggers you, it's important to address this before it progresses, because when it escalates into a mental condition called post-traumatic stress disorder,
yeah.
it initiates a lot of things. When you're mentally unstable, when you're emotionally drained, and you just have so many things going on in your life, it really puts a hindrance on your progress generally. So
Yeah.
it's important to always address what triggers you. It's important to address your traumatic triggers and all of that, so that it doesn't build up and escalate into a mental disorder.
So would you say that when you look at Africa specifically, because here I'll share with you a little bit our mission so that you may understand where we're coming from. This is
Okay.
our mission in Swahili Nation One Africa: to defend the image and bring back all the heritages of Africa, to decolonize the mind through
Set.
authentic knowledge, and create a bridge for oneness and a peaceful Africa. So what we are doing right now here, I think, is, in a way, it's decolonize, but as well just sharing the knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Authentic knowledge, some stuff that we may be able to understand and to know what's really going on. So when you look at Africa, can you say that we are traumatized? And what do you think
Uh,
events that has been traumatizing our beautiful continent?
yes, I will. I would agree to that, and I would say there's some parts of Africa that are traumatized. Let's give an example of Ethiopia. South Sudan, Congo, and all of these African nations that have been going through civil unrest and conflict. And all the things that have been happening in those countries currently are to a certain extent going to have a negative impact on the current generation, probably even the future generation. So there's some parts of Africa that are actually traumatized.
What are kind of events that can traumatize somebody? We know already about war, but is there anything else that we are not aware of that
Yes,
might?
there's like loss of a parent, loss of a child, rape, abuse. All those things can traumatize somebody.
Yeah. Wow.
There's so many things that can traumatize somebody. Even just a car accident, somebody would have such a what do you call it? Somebody would remember that and it would trigger them. Like from any small little thing, they're in the car and they just feel unsafe because something happened to them. Like so many things can traumatize people.
So do you think I might be traumatized? Because
By
I just had a car accident yesterday. It was my
I
first.
wouldn't say you are. I don't know. Are you?
Well,
Are
it
you
was
scared to be in the car now?
actually for a second yesterday. I was scared.
Okay.
I was scared for a second because the way it happened, it was very unexpected. Like I was driving, right, and I went to park somewhere because I wanted to buy some grocery stores. So I parked somewhere, and I was about to get out of the car and to buy something. So the moment, like I already parked everything, it's everything settled. I'm just about to open. Within a single second, it's just a second, like blink of an eye, I found myself, I am right there, like the car is right there, and there were a little bit of motorcycle in this side, so I just went through all these motorbikes, like four of them, and one person was injured a little bit, and then I found myself like somewhere there's like 20 to 30 meters away from where I was. And so like I think that shock, like, I had to hit myself from the back seat. So I hit myself from the back, and then I realize I'm there. And then looking at back, I see, there's a car and there's a smoke, coming out, and people, they came all the way looking at, the car was driving. It was just, totally smashed at that moment.
Oh shit.
Like came out fine, but I think at that very moment, I almost saw Jesus. Like in that moment, I, I, it was very quick. I'm smiling right now, but at that moment it was very quick, and I didn't even know where it came from, and I was like, "What just happened?" Because I didn't know where this thing came from.
Oh shame.
Yeah, but
But
I'm
it's good
sleeping,
you're not injured or nothing bad happened to you.
and I think this might be God's plan, because this just happened yesterday, and then we had this. An
Conversation
appointment to do
about
this,
trauma.
conversation. So I'm glad that I can talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm receiving
It's
healing right now.
important to always talk about it. Like it's
Yeah.
important to always talk about what is bothering you, what hurts you, your your moments of pain and anguish. Like it's always important to talk about it, because if you
Exactly.
keep it inside, it builds and builds, and it affects your
Yeah.
emotional health, your mental health, and everything in your life just begins to strain and drag. So it's always important to talk about it.
Exactly. I've even witnessed myself, like sometimes, you react not because, you react because of something that happened to you in the past. You didn't talk about it, and then you just react, let's say violently, or you react in a very negative way, because you didn't deal with what happened in the past. That's amazing. You
Yeah.
spoke something about trauma and PTSD. What is PTSD? It seems like you have trauma and then you have PTSD. And what is
Yeah.
that?
So PTSD is a condition that happens as a result of trauma. So PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. It's a mental condition that comes as a result of trauma. And there's so many schools of thought that have got different different opinions on PTSD and trauma. So I wrote something down. It's from the American School of Psychology, and it says a traumatic event is time-based, while PTSD is a longer-term condition where one continues to have flashbacks and re-experiencing the traumatic event, while PTSD is the mental health disorder that is associated when somebody experiences or witnesses trauma. This is according to the American Psychological Association.
Yeah. Okay. And what are how do I know that I have PTSD?
So first of all, PTSD doesn't just come about. You should be having episodes or moments of helplessness, emotional stress for at least, or just flashbacks of the event that had happened, like the traumatic event, for at least 3 months. Okay. Then you notice that every time something happens that's in line with what you went through, you become traumatized, or you don't want to speak about it. You totally avoid the conversation that has everything to do with what happened. Then you know that you're traumatized and that you probably.
Oh, I hope I didn't lose her. Belia? Hello, Belia. Hey, let me shout out to everybody who is joining here right now. I appreciate. I see Sam here. I see Joseph. I see Maria Antoinette. 2011. It's beautiful to have you guys. Welcome to the family. Yes.
Okay. I hope you heard what I said.
No. You were stuck for like for like almost a minute.
Really? Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, so basically I was saying you'd know because you would find yourself avoiding a certain conversation or trigger things that you find are triggers to what had happened to you before. Then you'd realize you're traumatized and that you're probably developing the mental condition that we call PTSD.
Yeah.
But also not every traumatized person develops PTSD.
And how is that?
Because sometimes people just have acute stress disorder. It's not always PTSD. It's not all the time that you have a traumatic episode that's going to lead to PTSD. Sometimes it could be shorter and it's just acute stress disorder.
Yeah. Well, before I ask you another question, let me just say, for those who are watching here right now, please, you can copy the link and share with somebody out there. It's very important to bring awareness about what we are talking today. So please copy this link right now as I'm giving you a little break. I'm doing the same thing. Copy this link right now and share with someone out there. It's very, very, very important. You know, don't be selfish. Don't watch it by yourself. Share it with someone else. So let me see here. I want to share me as well. Right them and done for another time. All right. So let me jump to another question. So what are the best ways to manage PTSD in a society that have encountered years of conflict? Like here specifically, I'm talking about Africa. We agree that we are dealing with traumatic events, you know, ever since colonialism. I would say colonialism, that was like we were traumatized, and everything that happened from after colonialism is like you're going through PTSD. So there's so many things are happening, so many issues are happening. What are the best ways to manage, PTSD?
Therapy. Talk to somebody, talk to a professional. There are particular therapists that are trauma informed or trauma focused therapists, that basically focus on trauma therapy. So it's just see a therapist, see somebody that you can talk to and that can offer help. There are different kinds of management for PTSD.
Yeah.
So we have we have therapy, then we have, which basically deals with cognitive behavior therapy, and then we also have pharmacological management, which means you're given drugs to help you basically.
There's no other ways. It's just therapy and, you know, and drugs. Some people, they don't want to talk to anybody. They're like, I don't want to talk to anyone.
These are the two best ones that I know. It's therapy and getting medication, being put on medication.
So by saying therapy, do you mean that it has to be like me talking to someone professional, or it's just me talking to a friend and open up about what
like talking to a professional who can help you professionally, because that's their job. That's what they do.
What if I cannot afford? Because we're talking about African society, people, they're not ready.
If you can't, no, actually, if you can't afford, probably church.
Probably church.
Church, yeah, like men and women of God.
Yeah, that's always. That's beautiful. I mean, I love that, because I mean, we always keep God first right here. So if you go to the mosque, you can go to the mosque. If you go to the church, you can go to church.
Go to the church, true.
So talk to your pastor, you know, or to your sheikh. Talk to them, sharing with them what you're going through, and you know, they'll lay their hands on you, and maybe you'll get better. Definitely get better.
You will, because I believe in their training they have a form of psychological whatever they have. Exactly. So they should be able to handle people. They should be able to talk to people and help people. So if you can't speak to a therapist, see somebody from the church.
Exactly. I mean, and I'll say the truth, because they're not looking forward to get your money. But and also, even though the people these days, they just look for to get your money. But I think you pointed out something very important about community, that, you know, when you're going through something like this, it's always good to have community, a place where you can share and open, you know, freely, and just hear different opinions. Sometimes you're not willing to open because you don't want to be criticized, or we don't want to be judged.
And that's the society we live in. People will always criticize you. People will always say things like, be strong, you get over it, or things like it gets better with time. But sometimes it doesn't. Like, people deal with pain differently. So it's always better to know yourself and know how best you handle things. And if you feel like it's getting too much, speak to somebody. Just speak to somebody.
100%. Yeah, indeed. That's beautiful. I love that. I love that you are a, you know, scientist, but as well as you are a believer. That's beautiful. Let me ask another question.
Okay.
Well, I'm processing. You know, today is I'm processing what to ask you. Let me give, first of all, before I ask this, let me give to the audience as well, guys. Those who are watching, if you have any question to the speaker, please leave it in the comment section. It's very important. All right. We have a question here from Chrissy. She's saying that, Belia, could you please elaborate on acute stress disorder? You saw that. This is the question right here. You can see I put it on the screen.
Okay. Okay, so acute stress disorder is not PTSD. It's also a mental condition. However, symptoms more than a month and seriously affect the person's ability to function. The person may be suffering from PTSD. But ASD, which is acute stress disorder, is, how would I put it in plain English? It's a lesser form of PTSD, let me say. For lack of a better term, it is a lesser form of PTSD. It's short term. It's easily managed as opposed to PTSD, if I could say that.
Okay. So again, if
it's
you look
a mental condition as well. that arises from a traumatic experience or from stress and anything of that sort. But it's just got a shorter duration, and it's a lesser form of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah. So if you want to diagnose someone with PTSD, what are you looking after?
Do you want us to go there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the symptoms.
I'm actually evaluating myself if I have PTSD or not.
So we look at the symptoms and we look at the duration. Is it more than 3 months? That's for PTSD.
Okay.
Yeah, and okay, go on.
Can you rewind those symptoms again?
So symptoms are like sadness, anger, depression, denial, fear, helplessness, depression. All those are signs of PTSD, of trauma as well. But with PTSD, it has to be of a longer duration.
Yeah, like you say, like it's like 3 months, right?
Yes, 3 months. But also different schools have got different thoughts. So, but all I know is it should be 3 months, or at least more than that.
So, I don't know how to put this. So, man, you know the reason why we had to come up with this session, it's because we received this suggestion. We have, as I shown you, our mission and our goal before is to have a united Africa, right, in all levels, and realize that and you have been to, let me just ask you this: how many countries you've been to before, if you can name them, here in Africa, within Africa?
In Africa, I've been to a lot. Okay, I've been to Botswana, I've been to Zimbabwe, I've been to South Africa, I've been to Malawi, I've been to Kenya, I've been to Tanzania, I've been to Ethiopia, I've been to, can't remember. How many is that? 7?
That's 7.
I think 7. Oh, I've been to Congo as well. 8.
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
Wow. You are the real definition of one Africa, all right? Because we want to go in every countries in Africa. Hopefully we'll be going there with you, because you can be giving some lectures about, trauma and PTSD,
Please do.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to 8 countries in Africa.
That's good. You just book your own ticket and then you join us there. That's amazing. That's beautiful. That's what I want us to do. And so I was saying that you moved a lot. So what did you see? Going to all these places, what have you seen? Have you seen what we are talking about here today? Like, and how can we help? And especially those people who don't even have access to the internet like this, watching, listening, maybe they have no idea what's going on. They didn't read books, they didn't read anything. How can we help someone who has been traumatized for so long, and the only thing they have in their mind is that I want to get a revenge? All right, you kill my parents, I'm going to kill everything you have, right? You did this, you break my house, I'm going to do that. People who have been traumatized for so long, how can we help them? How help them? It sounds like arrogant, but how can we stand with them? Maybe
conversations like this, sensitization, helping them get to a place or a point where they can, they can talk about whatever they've been going through, like whatever has happened.
Wow, that's beautiful.
I think that's the most effective way to help them get to a point where they can let go and talk about it and just let it go.
That goes to all those people out there who said, "Oh, you guys are talking too much talk, too much talk." We say, "One Africa, a conversation for a better Africa." So thank you so much for clarifying that we need to have this conversation. Even when we go there, we're going to have this conversation face to face. That's beautiful. I want to ask another question here from the family,
Okay.
from Jonathan. He's saying, how does PTSD manifest itself with our relationship with others? Guys, keep dropping your questions. I just cannot wait. We have here the beautiful Melia will answer all the questions you have. Today is the day.
Oh, wow.
What would you say with this?
Okay,
We
so
have a lot of questions there.
the question is, how does PTSD manifest itself with our
Good question.
relationship with others?
Mhm.
I would answer this with an example. Let's say you were in a toxic relationship before, maybe a toxic marriage, and then you get divorced, and finally you meet a partner that treats you better than your previous spouse. And because you still have had because you're still traumatized from your previous marriage or your previous relationship, you project it on your current one, and it just messes everything up.
Mm.
So that's one way PTSD would
Yeah.
affect your relationship with others. I
Like,
hope I have answered Yenatan.
so basically, you mean like it's kind of like you're in a new space and you don't know how to react because
And
you're too.
yes, because you're still traumatized and you haven't let go. You're not yet
Mm,
healed from whatever happened to you before. So
mm,
it just messes everything up that's in a good space.
mm.
I think
Wow,
that's
that's literally screwing the whole life. It's like you're not the same. Like even though you have like some good in your hand, but you only know how
you don't
how
know
bad.
how to handle it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've been hurt a lot, and now you have this mental condition, and you just don't know how to figure out things when they're in good shape.
Mm.
So
And true, and I gotta be honest with you, man. Like we don't really like talking about these things. We don't really like to be honest with ourselves. I think that's one of the issue that we facing as Africa, in general and particularly. We don't really want to talk about this. Most of the time when we touch into sensitive matters, people they'll be like, "Hey, you better not talk about that. That's sensitive.
yeah,
Better not talk about that. Oh, we hate you."
that's
So
true.
yeah. But the thing is, we have to talk about these things in order to receive or to be healed. If we don't talk about it, we just cover it up. It's gonna manifest in another different way that we're not gonna know how to solve it. Um,
Mhm.
I have another comment here from Jim Apele Dre. Say, priest and pastor who have had the education actually study theology, psychology, and philosophy. So church is a good option too for PTSD treatment. I agree with that 100%. I agree with
That's
that.
actually my elder sister. She's a YouTuber too.
Oh, come on, guys. Oh, this is Jim Apele Dre. Appreciate to see you. Okay. Hey, let me ask you this question. This is a personal question. Have you been traumatized before? And have
Yes.
you seen, oh, okay. Have you seen the sign of PTSD? Or if I can go a little bit, yeah.
Wow.
Is it something that you struggled with? I'm only asking this because in 2022, one of our policies is we have to be brutally honest with ourselves. So I'm trying
Yes,
to.
I think yes, I have been traumatized before, and to some extent, I actually think I have had PTSD as well. And
Okay.
for me, it mostly stemmed from the death of my dad.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
But it gets better with time. You speak about it, you get therapy, and you're surrounded with people that support you, people that love
Mhm.
you, and
Yeah.
it gets better with time.
Yeah. Wow. Then I guess we have a lot of people who have been traumatized. Those stuff. Yeah. I have another question here from Sister Mariette. Then we have a lot of Mariette Antoinette. Um, Sister Eze, isn't it also that although a person seems to have moved on from something traumatic, that after a year or more, the PTSD can come to surface?
Yes, it can
Oh,
always come. It can take years. It can take so many years. It it
wow.
it just doesn't phase away like that. Sometimes you can have triggers and it comes back, but it's still treatable.
Yeah. So
It's
yeah,
manageable.
yeah, PTSD is not like corona, right? It's a condition, right? It's a condition that somebody's in and you can
Yes,
actually get through that. Yeah.
it's a mental condition. You can be it can be managed.
Okay. Let me say this. If there's anyone out there who has been, I mean, maybe going through, you know, trauma right now and PTSD, and you want to open up about it, man, this is the safe place. We have a professional right here. You can actually come and talk. It's okay. You can make it personal. It's all right because this is the session. Maybe if you want to go there and see a therapy, you're going to need to pay a lot of money. But right here, we have a Pastor Mika, you know, and we have a doctor, Dr. Belia, guys.
Oh,
I'm not a pastor. I was just, Pastor Ezra, where's Pastor Ezra, by the way? We have Belia, Dr. Belia here. I think it's a safe place for you to share, to open. If you want to open up about it, please let me know in the comment section. I'll share the link with you. You can come on the screen and you can share. You can open up about it. It's a healing time. And in that case, I want to ask you, Belia, if you'll be willing, to come again here to have this session, maybe not just once like this, but we can have this session, constantly, to talk about this stuff that really traumatize our people. I think this can be a session or a healing space. We can even call this session like a healing space, you know what I'm saying? Like a place where we can come and just talk and hear like professional advice. And also we can open, even me, maybe I can open something, how Africa is traumatizing me and all those stuff, and blessing me.
no
So that was a
problem.
joke. Africa is not traumatizing me. I love this place.
No problem.
Okay, that's good.
So I hope I answered Maria then or then. I hope I answered her question and I hope she's satisfied.
Yeah. So yeah, you basically say that it can come anytime. Like you can just
Yes. You can have triggers anytime.
what triggers that?
What triggers what? What triggers
Oh yeah,
your
actually, yeah. Actually, she just asked it here. I didn't even see it. She said, but
yes,
it's
but it's
important to know what
important to
triggers.
know what triggers are. So
Mm,
triggers can be even just sound, a place or
mm,
noise,
mm,
anything that reminds you of the incident that happened. So it can vary. Triggers can vary.
mm.
It could even just be a song.
Oh,
Yeah, triggers
yeah,
can literally be anything.
man. Man, like, you're making me think really deep about this stuff that like I don't know, God created us very uniquely because things that we are going through, it's crazy. And seeing how Africa is still standing, man, it's a miracle, it's a blessing. Because things that African kid like me have been through, going through ever since I was born up to this age, man, I can live anywhere in
Mm.
this world and it will not bother me at all. Because that's why Africans, I think we are strong, because we have been through
Character
hell.
building.
You know what I'm saying? And it seems like we can handle
Mm.
everything, but on the other side, on the negative side, is that going through hell for so long to the point where you don't feel it. Like when you're having pain, you don't even feel it. That's also a problem, right?
Yeah, it definitely is because you're human. You should be able to be sensitive to your emotions. You should be in line with your emotions. But if you
Mm,
get to a point where things just happen and it doesn't phase you, it doesn't move you, then you really need help. It's not normal.
mm. Then I think we have a big job to do, a big task. Swahili Nation One Africa, we have a big task to do.
Yeah.
As we are traveling across Africa, I think we need to go to those places that have been affected maybe by war or by whatever traumatic activities that have been happening. We need to go there. We need to sit down, we need to talk, we need to connect, with the people. We need just to love on them. You know what I'm saying? We need to do that. If we don't do that, if we just isolate them and be like, you know what, oh, they're too wild, you know what, oh, I'm scared of them, I don't know what's gonna happen next. You know, we all might be in danger, because when someone is going through traumatic activity like that, it's very easy to do anything without even feeling anything. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they even hurt themselves. Like right now, even here in Africa, some people, they hurt themselves. You know, killing themselves, or just, you know,
True.
beating up
Yeah,
themselves.
that's very true.
Mm-mm.
And
Well,
it's just going to. Pardon?
please, you can go.
Suicidal thoughts as well are a sign of trauma.
Oh. All right. Okay. Let me ask another
Saying
question.
suicidal thoughts as well are a sign of trauma. So if you keep having thoughts of suicide, you definitely need help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Need
it's
help.
not normal. It means you're depressed.
You know, I think Belia, she's having a little bit trouble with connections, but I have been going. I mean, I'll say this, that I think this is something that we're all going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, even me myself, you know, back in the days, I kind of felt like, you know, I kind of felt like I cannot ask for help. I cannot ask anybody to help me. I can't sit down and happen to me. I would rather let it happen to me, but I'm not gonna ask for help. Those kind of stand that I had for so long time. So to the point where, you know, every time that I was sick, I would never tell anybody. Even right now, I'm still having a time to speak about it. But you guys might be maybe surprised that, oh, why this guy is sharing a lot of information. It's me actually trying to overcome not being open, not sharing about what I'm going through, right? Sometimes you're going through something, you have been through something, and you don't want to talk about it because you just hate the word help. That I don't need anybody to help me. I think I can handle this on myself. But the truth is, every single one of us, we need help. Every single one of us, whether you
That's
know it or you don't know it, we need help.
So it's always better to come out and first, the first step to healing is you accepting that um that that you have a problem. So it's always good to admit that you have a problem so that you can get help.
Mhm. That's amazing. Yosef is saying, appreciate you, our psychotherapist, Leah. Great to have you here.
Thank you. I'm not a psychotherapist though, but thank you.
I appreciate it. And let me take a moment to welcome you in our family, because now, whoever we're having conversation here, you're officially member of our family. So I hope to see you here, often.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, let me go to another question. Maria Paule Kalala. I don't know where it's from, but guys, you can
She's
let me
my
know.
mother. Oh my God.
Wow. Hey, we have your family right here. Hey, shout out to your mother in the house. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You did a pretty good job raising, Belia. Antoinette, how do you handle trauma after a loss of one or both parents in African context? Okay, that's a good.
Accepted. I think the first step is accepting that we are all on this earth for a short time, and one day we're all going to leave. So I think the best way is to accept that they are gone, but we appreciate that we had a chance to be with them,
Yeah.
and we hold on to the memories that we shared with them. So the best way is to accept that they are gone.
Mm, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you have your mama and your sister here. Appreciate, man. This is good. This is cool, man. I love the support that your
Oh
family
wow.
has. You know?
Thank you.
Okay, let me show this. Let me show it here. Okay, I've had a sort of practical group session to help me learn, go through the hard emotions, and to see that I can go through the pain, and that is gonna be okay. Actually, I've seen this a lot in the movies. You know, like people that are in the cycle and they're talking together, like "Hi, Belia," and then everybody say "Hi, Belia," and then they start open up that I am an alcoholic or I'm a drug addict or something like that. I think it's good also to have stuff like that, even though like it's just a couple people, opening up together
Yeah.
and sharing. Yeah. All right. I have another question here from Sam. Sam says, Belia, let's say I wanted to give my neighbor PTSD. What is the best method, please? Get out of here, Sam. I'm gonna time up for 5 minutes again.
Let's say I wanted to give my neighbor PTSD.
so, so Sam has PTSD and wants to give his
Please, Sam,
PTSD.
no. We're healing the world. We're not sharing.
Some of you guys don't understand why I time up. I put on a timer sometimes for something like this. That's why I put him on a timer. Like I block him for like 5 minutes because of things like this. Well, we are trying to get PTSD out of the people, but you want to give to the people.
Really?
I don't understand sometimes. I don't understand him. All right. We're going back to your mother again. Antoinette, how can you handle trauma? Okay, this
No,
is the same.
we answered that.
All right. How is your relationship with your mother? Are you guys very close?
Yes, she's my friend.
You remind me of my mother. It's a beautiful relationship. With mother, somebody can have. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so okay, guys. Okay, Sam was kidding. All right, guys. Please, Sam, if you have a legit question, share in the comment section. You guys, if you have questions, please share. This is the moment to do that. And if you want to open up, you can do that as well. And for instance, if you have a question and you want to raise that right here on the live stream, also let me know. I'll share the link in the comment section. We don't have enough time, but you can come and ask a question as well. Let me share the link here just for a second, and you guys, you can let me know if you wanna ask a question or not. What is that? Where is that? Okay, it's here. I think yeah. All right, this is the link, guys. If you wanna come, please come and ask. We have a couple minutes left because I need to leave the stage for Biggie and for his session. But as Belia told us that, guys, she's officially the member of Swahili and One Africa. So we're gonna have this session as many times as we can. With her, it's a service to Africa, to our beautiful continent. So I appreciate for your goodness.
Thank you.
Yosef is asking this. You say the worst side is that some keep such case confidential, hence suffer further or die of it. How can such issue manage?
How can such an issue be managed? Streams down to the same thing. Just get to a point where you can talk about it with somebody, with a professional. That's it.
Oh, that's pretty much. All right. Guys, you heard it. That's pretty much what we can do. From Yanatan, there's a question here. What is your thought about medication PTSD?
It works. There are certain drugs that we can give because when we suffer trauma, it changes the brain. When you look at the brain under an MRI or a CT scan, there are things that change in the brain. So when you're put on medication, you're able to get help. You're able to get better because these things are treated. If okay. I should say.
All right.
So medication does help as well.
Yeah. So you basically have to do everything you can do, to get through that. If you're in the community, if you're in the church, if you're in the mosque, if you're in the whatever, you need to try, your best to get through that. And I think we can do, us here in Swahili Nation, One Africa, we'll try our best to do this session as many times as we can. And yeah, I just appreciate it. I hope one day we can have here a bunch of doctors and psychotherapists, and we just talk about this stuff. So you know a lot of people, so maybe Belia, you can invite more people like you in our family, and then we can have a conversation like this. And on that note, even when you have, like, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, like you want us to talk about, you can share with me, and then we'll always come here talk about it, because um, we can go in this, like in this mood, so that we may help our people. you know
Mhm.
it's very
No
important.
problem.
I have Josie in the line. I believe Josie, he has a question for you. Josie, welcome to the show, my brother.
Yeah, thank you.
What is the question you have for our Belia?
Yeah, I'd have a question, actually to raise some cases, and such issue is too much dangerous, If someone caught uh, different diseases like tuberculosis or physically uh, perceived diseases, you can help him. And sometimes there are different people, personally. You have individual different. Some are expressive, and people conceal, hide their pain, and they are not willing personally to share their pain. My
Hello?
question here is, what is to be done? My question here is, what should be done? For example,
Oh, you're cutting a lot, Josie.
friends. Yep, I'm
You're
sorry.
cutting a lot.
Hello,
Yes, hello, Josie.
hello.
Yeah, can you rephrase your question again?
Oh, okay, okay. That is why I refrain from cutting because of connection. Actually, it is short. I had a friend. No one realized that he got mad one day, and
Mm.
then in group we noticed that he is not normal, and then we recognized and
This is
carried
hard.
you know, uh, and then he told us secretly what happened to him, and no one knows. And then he has almost get crazy, to stop his education, to commit suicide, as she said earlier. And so I think social interaction and consciously following, watching out to prevent is good, unless otherwise someone
It's really hard to keep up with the Josie.
and that is what and so I wanted here.
Oh, that's really hard. Can you get him, Belia?
No, I couldn't.
So
Josie?
you didn't hear.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think the connection is really bad. It's cutting all the time. Like you say one word and then it's cut. You say one word and then it cut. It's hard to get what
But
you're saying. Do you mind to type it down in the comment section?
I'm sorry.
No worries, teacher
Okay.
Josie.
That is why I don't come live most of the time. I'm interrupted. The network is not good, and
Yeah, yeah.
simply I wanted here
Again.
many person. Such thing make us lose many friends. That can make a point.
I
Josie,
couldn't hear.
yeah, I'm sorry. Can you type down maybe in the comment section? It's really hard to get, it's coming and go, coming and go. It's hard to
Mm.
get it. and I have a limit of time. So let me just jump to the few questions that I have here on the comment section, and then we're gonna end with those. We have Chrissy Atian, our sister. She said, Belia, how very serious is PTSD in South Africa, Congo, and Ethiopia, especially amongst the youth?
It is serious because they've been, like, in South Africa, they've suffered xenophobia. Congo for the longest time, and Ethiopia have been having civil unrest and so much war that's going on. So definitely the youths now are the most affected with the things that have been happening. They've been victims of rape, they've been victims of violence, of abuse, and all of those horrific things. So definitely they have been traumatized, and most of them will probably end up with PTSD if they don't get help.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's not everyone as well who gets traumatized that has PTSD. But those that have had the symptoms for a long time and they don't know how to get help, or they don't want to come out to get help, it becomes a serious thing.
Yeah. All right. You have another question here. Say, is it true that 2 months of exercise has more resolution than taking serotonin medication?
I
Does
don't
exercise
want
help?
to give an answer to that. I would have to research or consult before I can answer you. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. But does
But I
exercise
do know
help?
that exercising, it helps the body in so many ways. So probably it could help, but let's not say it's more helpful than taking medicated drugs.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're very careful. I can tell that. Well, Belia, anything that you would love to address as we are closing this session? This is not the end, as I said. This is just the beginning of many conversation. So anytime that I have something, to talk about, I will, reach out to you, and you as well. You can reach out to me if there's anything that you feel like I think we should address this to our continent, as you're part of the family right now, and I've shown you our mission, so you're playing that role as well to do this, and I think we need more ladies' voice in this community. Right now, we have a live stream every single day at 9 p.m. East African time, and we have only one lady hosting. We
Okay,
need
is it
more.
one girl?
Okay, one girl, she's doing news, but this another lady,
Okay.
her name is Tanzan. She's doing session on Tuesday called African Traditions. Right, so she's talking about everything like marriage and all this stuff. She has her own show on Tuesday, 9 p.m. East African time. So hopefully we can have more, ladies engaged. And I'm trying to, asking you as well. I think this is something that we can continue to do. And whenever you have something that you feel like we need to address, you can always come. You travel to so many countries, you've seen a lot. So, why not?
It's not
Anything
so
you want
many, Mike.
That's 12, that eight, it's a lot.
It's
It's a
actually
lot.
19, 8 in
Nine.
Africa.
Okay, you see, so it's a lot. You agree with me? That's a lot, right? That's a lot. Come on, Belia. Don't be too humble. So
Oh,
what
wow.
can, so
Anyway, so all I would have to
anything.
say is whatever seems to be bothering you, whatever thing you feel has traumatized you to a point where it affects your daily life, to a point where it brings you to a place of depression or helplessness, get up and seek help. Speak to somebody. If you can't get therapy, if you can't see a therapist, go to church and speak to somebody at church. Don't always think when you speak out, people are going to castigate you or think badly about you or consider you as a weak person. No, sometimes it's better to speak about it, and you probably come out as a strong person to actually be at a point where you can talk about something bad that has happened to you. Not everyone can talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So how if people they wanna follow you, they wanna see, I mean, what you do, where can they find you? You can
Instagram or Facebook.
And you're going by the name?
The globe hopping doctor.
The globe hopping doctor. That's a good one.
Thank
So,
you.
guys, yeah, I will attach her Instagram link in the description. And if you guys you wanna check her out, please you can go. Yeah, and I wanna appreciate you again for this time. We arranged this long time ago. Like, is it like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks or 1 month?
Yeah, a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a while, but I really appreciate for coming here. I want to appreciate for your mom and your sister for joining us here today. I hope you guys are joining us here every single day. Yeah, guys, we're having another session at 9:30. We're starting from 9:30. Big E will be here for diaspora chat and diaspora talk. So if you are your diaspora, or you're just interested to get to know more about diaspora and everything, we're trying to bridge the gap between diaspora and people here, local people from Africa. So Biggie will be having his show here today. Please come along. The link is already down there. You can just click notification button so that when it's happening, it's here. Once again, Belia, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me.
Always, always. I'll have you again here. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. Bye.
All right, guys. So yeah, I appreciate so much. I appreciate you guys also for sharing your appreciation in the comment section. It was a quick session with Belia. We're definitely gonna have here again here. I love the energy and the conversation that we had for the better Africa. We're definitely gonna have a better Africa as soon as possible. When you have people like Belia and you who are watching here today, I appreciate for all the questions that you guys popped up, and I appreciate for the members in the house. Tanzan, she just came here right now. Tanzan, we're signing out. I appreciate for Sam and for the team, Chrissy and everybody, Mariette, Dan, Mariette Antoinette, everybody who joined here. And for those who are watching this after the live stream, I appreciate you guys again. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Not Ezra, Biggie will be here for the session. And tomorrow, Sunday, we'll be having The Hidden Hand by Mwenda Tezi at 9 p.m. East African time. Please come. On Monday, all right, I forget about this. On Monday, guys, please join me on Monday. I'm going to have another amazing conversation with another unique person from Africa again. Let me show you guys here. I need to show you guys this here, right here, okay? Let me show you what conversation I'm going to be having on Monday. I had conversation back in the days with the CEO of, what was that? CEO of School Bees Network. Please, you can go and check it out. But on Monday, I'm having this conversation with this guy right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Please go and hit the notification button so that, it may remind you. Guys, I'm having this conversation on Monday. And I'm really sorry, guys. Even yesterday, I was supposed to have a conversation with another pioneer, another African hero, I would say. But, I guess because of time difference, I think he was like, he didn't, the time was just like that, and he didn't show up. Hopefully this is going to happen. But this is amazing conversation. This guy right here, guys, Benjamin Fernandez. You just look at him right here. Go on YouTube, just type Benjamin Fernandez. He has one speech he made at Teddy Talk. He was invited to make a speech at Teddy Talk. Please go and watch that video. Find out about Benjamin Fernandez, all right? Type him on YouTube. You'll see a lot of videos. You'll see that speech at Teddy Talk. Listen to him. I'm going to have conversation with him on Monday. And a lot of people know this guy. If you don't know this guy, I don't know. I don't know what to say. But Benjamin Fernandez, this guy is an African. Even though I know some of you might say that, oh, you don't look African. No, he's an African, purely African. And I want us to look beyond the skin color, because African is not about the skin color, but it's about the heart. This guy right here, go check him out before this conversation so that you may understand what we are bringing. The Nala, you see here, Nala, he's the founder and the CEO of Nala. Nala is an online platform. You can send money. Right now, you can send money to Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, and I believe Burundi, and I believe Ghana, and they're trying to make it for Nigeria as well and other countries. Eventually, it's going to be the entire continent of Africa, but you can send money right now from UK and from the US to all these African countries with the cheapest, really cheapest rate, lowest rate possible. You can send this money. So there's no need for you to use like what is it, PayPal, or all these different platforms that they get a lot of money and they're not Africans. So the best thing you can do is support our brothers and sisters. This brother right here, Benjamin Fernandez, just go and type him, Google him, or write his name on YouTube. We'll find the video of him and the TED Talk. Let me share with you guys in the comment section right now, so maybe you can watch it before the Big E session. Go, but I want you guys to go and set the notification so that you may not miss this conversation. It will be on Monday from 9 p.m. East African time. He's very busy. Even right now, he's traveling the world, introduced that platform, and he just opened up the offices as well in the US so that people, they may be able to send the money back to Africa. So you can do the best thing you can do, just stay connected. And I cannot wait. Yeah, somebody here just say, hey, I'm following him on Instagram. Yes, Benjamin Fernandez. This is the link. The link I share in the comment section right now is the TED Talk video that he gave. It was amazing. So please go and check him out and be prepared for the conversation on Monday. I'm so excited for this. I'm telling you, Tanzan and everybody who is hosting the shows here in Swahili Nation, the game is on. All right, this is the competition. It's a competition. The other day I said that at the end of the year, we'll be having the votes. People will vote what has been the best show in 2022 and who has been the best host in 2022. Of course, Biggie asked me to step aside from that competition, and I have agreed because it's not fair. I've been hosting this for so long, and it's not fair for me to be competing with my people in the same categories. Because of course I know I'll get all the gifts, but and all the votes. Confidence level at its best. So we'll be having those at the end of the year. So the game is on. I'm having this show on Monday. I hope tonight Biggie is gonna bring his best. We have witnessed Ebenezer last week. He brought his best right here. I love the quality. I love the setting of his studio. We've seen Professor Ezra bringing his best as well. I've seen a lot of people bringing their best. So it's on, all right? It's a good competition. Yes, Biggie, it's a challenge, all right? You see this conversation? Biggie, let me tell you, if you do not know who is Benjamin Fernandez, go right now. I share this link right here on YouTube. Go and watch this link and find out who is Benjamin Fernandez. It's on, my brother. It's on. I'm coming after y'all. All right, anyways, thank you, guys. I got to get out of here to leave Biggie. Biggie, guys, will be coming up after 15 minutes from now. So please go and grab your coffee, take some break, and do a little bit of a break and come back at 9:30 p.m. East African time. He will start his session. And I want to appreciate Biggie for allowing me to spend 30 more minutes of his time, because he was supposed to be here like already 9. But I asked him kindly to give me 30 minutes of his time. Thank you, Biggie, for your kindness. Thank you so much. Now I got to leave your space. So 15 minutes, guys, later, Biggie will be here to talk about diaspora talk. And yes, I'm so excited for that as well. Please come and join us and enjoy the conversation later today. If you want to be a member, if you want to use Super Chat and Super Sticker, always feel free to do that. And by the way, we're going to be talking with Nala CEO, founder, on Monday. So maybe, later on, you can use Nara to send something if you do want. That would be amazing. Anyways, guys, I'm done for now. I appreciate. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate. I'll see you later, man. It's on. You're my competitor. It's on. Oh, let me pray and I'll get out of here. God, thank you for today's session. I had an amazing conversation with Belia. She's just an amazing lady who we just had a great conversation. And I just pray that as we continue to have this conversation, it will bring about change into our minds, into our hearts, and into our soul. That's why we pray, because we want to link everything together. A human being has a mind, has a body, has a soul, and has a spirit at the same time. And that spirit comes from you. And that's why we ask you for everything, because we have the spirit of you in us. So thank you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Guys, if you don't understand why we are praying, that's the reason. As long as you're alive, just know that God is living in you, within you. And you always have to keep him at the center. And yeah, for those who are fasting this season, cheer up, cheer up. And for everything, just cheer up. I love you guys. I'll see you very soon in 15 minutes. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.